Welcome to GREYS, your one-stop shop to finding winners across Australia from the world of greyhound racing. Host David Shortte is joined by Harry Buchanan from the Greyhound Insider, Jaycin Campbell to look at Queensland and Tasmanian chasing, Hall of Famer Neil Brown, Sean Matheson looking at South Australian chasing, New South Wales expert Simon Orchard, and the Shane Train Williams rounds it out with his key plays and kennel mail in WA. Now, over to the team for this week's edition of GREYS.
Good morning and welcome along to GREYS on this Thursday, the 27th of June 2024. We're almost at the halfway mark, but plenty of great stuff to look forward to in the back half of 2024. And a big Thursday night of chasing. Tremendous card there at Sandown Park and lots of WA flavour to the program up there at Albion Park this evening. Can't wait to get involved there. Let's get straight into it though. A man that's very busy has had a look at the form guides for all of these venues is Harry Buchanan. Welcome to you, H.
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Morning, listeners. It's a superb night of greyhound chasing across both states, Victoria, Queensland, of course, locally at Northern, but all the focus is on Albion Park, Group 1 heats of the Brisbane Cup and the Gold Cup, and one of the great nights of racing, Shorty.
Certainly is. Let's start up there, particularly given how many WA dogs are going around throughout the course of the night. We'll get your take on what is a stellar night of chasing and the prospects of these WA runners up there.
Yeah, we've got the 4 heats of the Gold Cup. They start the program off 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the WA contingent consists of Sage Tennille and Flying Frida. They line up in race number 3, and then we've got West on Booney who's lining up in race number 4. Obviously need to finish top 2 here. Flying Frida, superb last week, first up at the track, and you'd think she can only improve. Sage Tennille coming off a Paradise Street victory. She has seen the track. She's been up there before, and she's in super form at the moment. A little question mark over the distance, but she's also got Flying Frida outside her to contend with. A little bit of a question mark about how Val Policella's going in the race, so they're both going to get their chance. Unfortunately for West on Booney, he's run into Lena Jinx in box 1. She was outstanding last week, taking on Palala King and Company, and she's going to be very hard to stop there. So hopefully a couple of those can run top 2 to advance to next week. Then over to the sprinters, Sunset Frazier. He kicks things off there for the WA contingent in race number 6, yet to score at the track, but he's put in some superb performances. That last section still, he's Achilles heel, just not quite seeing the trip out. And in saying that, he's still running a fair bit of time. He's just running into one stronger, really. He hasn't nailed the jump yet. If we see him do that tonight, we might actually see him get away and give a bit of a sight, but he's in a tough race. Further down the program, we see Kanan Stark. He's got a tough draw, box 4. And then Uncle Tommy, he's drawn box 8, another tough draw for him. He's got early speed, though, so that will put him in good stead. There is a scratching in his race, no reserves, so a little easier for him to get across. They're all going to be in the mix, Shorty. I think the start depends. The start will dictate on what the sprinters do, obviously. Kanan Stark, Uncle Tommy need to get up there earlier. Sunset Frazier needs to lead. And I think the stayers are going to give a really solid showing tonight. It's just a really deep program, though, and I do think there's a few upsets on the card as well, but all quality right through 1 to 12. Cannot wait.
Indeed. Also a tremendous night of chasing across there in Victoria at Sandown Park. We've got heats of the McKenna Memorial, 3 of them, races 6, 7 and 8 on the program over the 595 metres. And there's some real genuine talent as you work through these 3 particular heats. We'll also get your thoughts on the McKenna Memorial tonight.
Yeah, 3 heats there, as you mentioned, some quality 595 dogs. The ethanol dogs, the ones we follow, they're all lining up in good form. He starts the first of those off ethanol volume. He's got box 6. It doesn't matter for him. He hasn't got any early speed. He gets out wide. He takes on Yachi Bale, Emily Zoe, American Queen over to the next. Big Energy. He's come up at 270 now, a little bit of support. Worth noting that he did trial very fast over this distance the other day. Broke 34, broke it comfortably too, just quietly. If he leads, he's certainly going to be the dog to beat. But he is running into stomping. Reiterate, Fernando Duke, Orley Bale, another deep heat, and it's rounded out the third heat there. Ethanol Water has come up an even money favourite. If she leads, she wins. She's got an outstanding track and trip record, 7 for 5 and 1. But she's also got some company in Andy's department, and make no promise, Crackerjack RT, Buddy Manilli, they're all very, very capable. Corner start racing, Shorty, as you know, the start is obviously critical, but they're all quality heats there tonight. Looking forward to those as well.
Indeed. All right, let's get your key plays for Thursday night chasing, H.
Yeah, we'll start off at Sandown, race 4, number 1, Westerly Bale. He was good last week, really good, or she, I should say. Behind Ella's Babe, made some really good ground. Hasn't sort of run a string of distances. Has been mixing up right from 7:32 back to 4:60, 500, 4:85. Then a 6:40 at Sale. So she's versatile, very good off box 1. And as I said, that run was enough last week, and she's been well supported as well. It's not a hard staying trip. This one in race number 4. We'll kick it off with her. And then race 6, I'm a huge Ethanol Volume fan. He just needs a look here. I still have question marks over Yarchi Bale's last section over the 600 metres. He has his box, obviously, but he's not holding Ethanol Volume off. If he gets any sort of look, he's coming off a double at Shepparton and winning that Pink Diamond Staying Series. Very, very strong commodity, this bloke. If he gets any luck, he'll be very hard to stop. Sandown, race 4, number 1. Race 6, number 6.
Very nice. Up to Albion Park.
Yeah, I'm going for some upsets tonight, Shorty. Race 5, number 6. I'm really keen to back this dog, Biddy Do, each way. He's had 3 runs at the track now. He's yet to miss a place. Last week he scored over the 600, 34.81, and he won by almost 6 lengths. He's got some ability, this dog. He doesn't have to lead. With Kane and Stark in box 4, heading across to the fence, and he's going to cause a little bit of trouble. Bears Bullet's got speed. I just think this could be possibly messy. He's close up the back, the 16 and 260, he's a bet each way. He's certainly hit the frame with any sort of luck, and he can win. Over to race number 6. I think Lakeview Emily's box to win here. She was superb last start, absolutely airborne. She's clearly not going to cross Sunset Fraser. We know that much, but she doesn't have to. She went 29.62 last week. A repeat of that just wins. She was very unlucky behind Uncle Tommy the start prior there. 4 starts out of box 8, 3 wins and a placing. The trainer knows what he's doing around Albion Park, Tony Brett. He gets these dogs ready for these big races. She's very hard to stop there. Race 7, number 3, Black Tsunami, back him each way again. He just knows how to hit the frame, this dog, and he's racing really well. Again, gets a really good map. He left his run a bit late last week, but he managed to hit the frame. I think he'll do similar. He is also yet to miss the place at Albion Park. If he's close, he'll be hard to stop. He is taking on Explicit and Co. So he's more of a place-heavy go, this dog. I don't know if he can give Explicit a start. Stormy Day's also a great chance, but as I said, he should hit the frame. And then down to race 10, the Zemmets have this Icy Eyes regime, and she's a stayer. She's had 26 starts with 15 wins and 6 placings, and she can sprint. She's won over the 520, obviously, track and trip. She's 9 for 4 and 4, so I think fresh. I think there's every possibility that she can be close enough here to at least hit the frame, and she's around that double figure mark of $10, $11. Another dog who I just think if there's any trouble with McKenna trying to get around pronouns early, she's going to hit the line here, and she's going to be awfully hard to stop. Couple there at odds tonight, Shorty. Race 5, number 6. Race 6, number 8 is the best there tonight. Race 7, number 3. Race 10, number 4, Albion Park.
Yeah, and you saying Tony Brett knows what he's doing is a bit like saying Don Bradman knows how to hold a bat, to be fair.
Tongue-in-cheek.
Indeed.
Tongue-in-cheek, great, man.
Indeed. Let's get up to Northam and have a look at the action there. We're not too far away for our next race for broadcast here on TAB Radio. It's some 7 minutes away. It'll be the third of the day at Dalby.
Race 4, number 5, Warm Regards. It's a race in 2. I think we all know that. Her and Sky Manelli will square off here. I just think she's going to get in front of Sky Manelli, who does lack that little bit of early dash. And in saying that, so does Warm Regards. So I just think she's a little more tractable here. They're more than likely going to be last and second last early. The other 4 have got a little bit early toe, but none of them can hold these 2 off. So I think whoever's in front of the other will score. she's airborne at the moment, warm regards. That win last week, running down Pepper Grinder, was extraordinary. I was very surprised to see that dog get nabbed on the line. I think she wins here. At the very least, she will run top 2, and they should put on the race, her and Sky Minelli. Go down to race 9. We're going to see what Bezecchi's all about around Northern tonight, having his first start at the track, 6-dog field. He is the future of WA sprinting. He's a very, very good dog. I think Paul Stewart will have a day out up at Northern today. I've covered a fair bit of his runners in the blog. He's another one who seems to know what he's doing with a collar and lead. He's certainly done a great job with this dog, Bezecchi. You'll hear much more about this dog in about 6 to 12 months when Kennington returns Perth Cup dog next year, Shorty.
You might hear a little bit more about the trainer at some stage as well. He might get his hands on a dog that can run at some stage.
Yeah, he's due. I mean, I don't think he's ever had a real decent one, but hopefully this crop might be able to win 1 or 2 for him. But he's a very good man with the dog, and he's taken the whole team up there today. Vignales, Arbolino, Bezecchi. He's going to have a very strong hand, and I do think Bezecchi gets the job done. Race 11, number 2, Carla Cat-Up. She'll turn the tables on Conniption here, courtesy of a swap around in boxes. Conniption's had a string of inside draws, 1, 2, 1 and 1. Great form, but has to do it from box 8 and has to get around Carla Cat-Up and Idle While. That's no walk in the park today. She was superb last week behind Conniption, made up a stack of ground. It might say she was beaten 3.5, but she did give him 7 or 8 up the back. Prior to that, second to Firelighter and beat Firelighter. That form alone is enough. 29.43 at Northern in defeat, 29.62. She gets the job done. Very hard to stop. Race 4, number 5. Race 9, number 4. Race 11, number 2 at Northern this evening.
Very nicely done there, H. Tremendous to catch up with you this morning. Appreciate your time as always. We'll hear from you tomorrow morning on the Sports Daily with Diggers and Tim, and then tomorrow afternoon we'll team up with Ethan Christian and look to find the winners for the weekend of Chasing on the Mail collection. Until then, many winners, mate.
Thanks, Shorty.
There we have it. Harry Buchanan joining us with the latest in greyhound racing, looking at Albion Park, Sandown and Northam for this evening. Race number 3 of the day there at Dalby, some 4 minutes away now here. We will be taking that race live on TAB Radio. It's giving you a quick look at what that market looks like at the minute before we cross to Jaycin Campbell to find out the latest when it comes to Albion Park, and also a bit of chasing down there in Hobart tonight. We've got an odds-on favourite here with Make It So. Jace McMurray aboard at $1.70. Diamond Hills at $4.80. Cryptes at $5. It's 15 and upwards from there. There is a first fall carryover on this race of a tick over $1,100. Let's get to Jaycin Campbell, though, now and get the thoughts of the great fellow for chasing tonight at Albion Park as well as in Hobart. Good morning where we are and good afternoon where you are. Jace, nice to be with you. How do we find you today?
Yeah, very well, Shorty. Thanks for asking. Really pumped for this Albion Park card. It's an absolute cracker. Got 4 heats of the Queensland Cup, 8 heats of the Brisbane Cup, and WA well represented with the likes of, say, Sunil, Flying Frida and Sunset Fraser flying the flag.
Indeed, we'll be cheering hard from across here in the West. What are your key plays going into tonight's card? As you said, there's 12 great races to choose from. Which ones have you honed in on?
Yeah, I'm going to skip the Stain race. I think all those favourites are pretty well found and they should be hard enough to beat. So I'm going to go to the first race, or the 5th race, the first heat of the Brisbane Cup. Playing the red box here, Zippy Megatron. He hasn't obviously been missed in betting based off his record. He's had 17 starts for 10 wins. He's unbeaten in 4 starts from box 1. I just really like the map for him here. Bears Bullet in box 2. She is the best beginner in this race. I think she'll cross him early and hold out the likes of Kayla Hayes and Plum Tucker, who are 2 of the stronger dogs in this race. He should just get underneath her, exiting the first turn and be too strong late in the piece. That's my first of 3 plays at Albion Park. All
right, on to the second of them, and this is the best bet of the night, this one.
Yes, Explicit, race 7, number 6, another one that hasn't been missed in betting. He's pretty much been off the map since markets have opened up. Doesn't take any, I guess, imagination to expect what he could potentially do tonight. He was brilliant in his first start at Albion Park last week. He ran 29.48 from box 8. Didn't really jump the best on that occasion, but showed his electrifying turn of speed, going 16.91 down the back straight. So I haven't really seen a dog go that fast for a very, very long time. If ever, I think this race has less pressure in it, and he should really just cross this field and win by a similar margin potentially. So I think it'd be very hard to beat, and that's the price you're willing to take.
Alrighty, the BB of the night, race 7, number 6, the very talented Explicit. I had a chat to Shona Thompson yesterday on the Coast to Coast podcast. They've got a new stud dog across here, a son of Droopy Sydney, one time only, and she did mention Explicit going particularly well. Looks hard to beat tonight. There is the best, and the third of your plays tonight at Albion Park.
Yeah, race 9, number 2, Smooth Playing. I just think the bookmakers have got this market wrong. I can see why they've opened Morton up favourite. He's been a brilliant chaser for the last 6 to 12 months now, and he's got a brilliant record at Albion Park, being a Group 1 winner. But I don't know how well he's going. I think he is looking for 600 metres now, and whereas Smooth Playing, he's absolutely flying, this dog. He was really good at his first Albion Park start. He was only 5 days between runs, going from Victoria to Queensland for the first time. He runs third to Good Odds Cobb. I think that's good form for this race. He's won his next 2 races in free-for-all company down in Victoria. There's just not a lot of speed in this race. The only speed dog in this race is probably Here Comes Billy in box 8. But I think Smooth Playing can really test her early. And if he leads this race, he wouldn't be run down. And at worst, I think he sits on the back of her and runs her down the back straight.
Excellent tonight. Albion Park 5-1, Zipping Megatron 7-6. Explicit's the BB in race 9, number 2, Smooth Playing. Moving in here for race number 3 of the day at Dalby. And here we have got Make It So, an odds-on favourite, moving in pretty nicely. We might be able to make a start on Hobart tonight, though, JC. First of your key plays this evening there at Hobart, down in the Apple Isle.
Yeah, I'll just rip through these shorties, so you'd have to come back to me. Race 4, number 2, Supreme Leader, was run down by the 8, Legendary Danger, last week, but he was a month between runs. I think he was fitter from that effort and should lead all the way. And race 7, number 2, Raiders Guide, returns off a little break, a little interstate campaign. Just being forced to have this bet here with the scratchings early. He's just the strongest dog in this field and the best dog in this field, so I think they'll both win.
Excellent. We'll head up to Dalby. Thank you, JC. Catch you in a couple of weeks.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
22 minutes after 10 o'clock, time to catch up with the Hall of Famer Neil Brown. Have a look at this program tonight at Sandown. Welcome to you, Neil.
How are you going, David? Looking forward to greyhound racing tonight at Sandown Park.
Yeah, very well. Thank you, Neil. And, well, I know this is always one of your favourite series of the year, the McKenna Memorial. And we've been left with some outstanding middle distance campaigners, 3 heats, races 6, 7 and 8 on the program. Having a look through, there's some of my favourite chasers at the moment strutting their stuff through this series this time around. Big Energy, who we saw across here, of course, for the Sandgroper, trialled in phenomenal time recently there over the middle distance trip. We also get to see the Ethanols, Yachi Bale going around here. It's some series once again for 2024.
Yes, first run in 1971 as a distance race and honours the great man Jack McKenna, who Sandown Park and the club have got a lot to be in debt to, and wonderful man Jack. And yes, they three quality heats tonight, and we look forward to the final next week. So, yeah, good card of racing tonight, David, and we're a bit flush with the success of last week's quaddie, and Bow Rhapsody putting plenty of value into that one, David, wasn't it? The $18.
Oh, Neil.
Much.
The punters just can't get enough of your action here on a Thursday. You continue to front up, and as I've said last week, it's not just the good stuff that you've done to promote the sport and keep the history of over the years. It's got you into the Hall of Fame. It's some of these legendary pieces of work with the quaddies as well, right here on Great Greys. So let's hope for a little bit more of it for today for everybody tuned in. And I know that you've got a very, very loyal legion of fans, and that was big last week, $5,309.50. It's absolutely elite work. Let's see if we can't get something similar this time around. Have a look at the early quaddie to kick things off, races 1 through to 4.
Yes, let's hope we can continue, David. It's nice every once in a while to get a nice big one. Race 1, 3, 8 and 2 for me here. I think I am keen about Celestial Dawn. I think it begins and can lead again. Good win last week. Race number 2, 7, 8 and 2 I'm going to take here. I've got Tangela Bale, it begins. It's got some fast time, winning time here at Sandown Park, and I think it's the one to beat. Certainly chances to 8 and 2. Race number 3, 5.95 mixed here. 2, 1 and 3. I think Henry Intention is nicely drawn. Down there on the inside in box number 2, he's 2 and 3 for 5 on the track. I think he's the one to beat. Race number 4 rounds it out of 7.15. Pretty competitive race. I've gone 4-2-1. Lakeview Patsy on top for me. 4-2 from 17 starts on the track and a good win in 41.95. So I've got Patsy to win the last leg of the early quad. Moving into the main quad tonight, I've got a couple of scratchings. In the first leg, the free-for-all. It's a very good, high-quality race. But the 7 and the 8 coming out, a field of 6. Well, it's very hard not to tip in the hub. He's racing in fantastic form. If he begins, he just wins again. He runs around the 29, 10, 12 mark. And he's 6 and 1 on the track from 12. He's the one to beat. Bagman, nicely drawn in 1. He goes quick to the post. He's racing in career best form as well. You've got to include him from the red box, and I think the 6 has got a chance of Zara Money as well. So good free-for-all now. Field of 6, 4-1-6. Race number 6 here over the 5.95 is the first heat of the McKenna Memorial. I've gone 8, 6 and 1. Fairly competitive race. I don't know why. I'm tipping him again, Jaycin Campbell. He's a fantastic greyhound, as we know, 49 times in the money from 72. He's won 18 races and 830,000 K, but he doesn't salute all that often. He's hard to catch, but I think he's got a chance tonight. Drawn wide, I think he's going to be midfield and always running on. But certainly chances to ethanol volume and the red Osprey Athena, I think, have got to be thrown in the quaddie. So 8, 6 and 1. We'll give him another chance. Yahtzee, the Melbourne Cup winner. Race number 7, Heat 2, very good race. I've gone 5, 6 and 3. Just want to see what Big Energy does tonight. He's certainly capable, but I like Fernando Duke. I think it's the leader in the race. It's in form. Love Sandown Park, 4 and 3 from 7, 34.15 winner. I think it can lead and win. Stomping was very impressive last week, a good solid win, and you can't leave Big Energy out. He could make an outstanding debut over the 4.95 tonight. So 5, 6 and 3. Last leg of the quaddie, pretty open race this. I think it's the hardest leg of the quadrille. I've gone 2, 4, 3 and 6. I've got Ethanol Water on top. I think it's well drawn here. It's won in good time on the track, 34.02. It's a winner from box number 1, so he likes being on the inside draws. And best of the night, last start winner at the Meadows. He's in good form. But certainly chances to make no promise. Crackerjack RT was very impressive at Shepparton, and I think the 6, Buddy Manelli, got plenty of ability and has a chance too, so a tough race. Our best bet tonight, David, we can start the night early, I think, and I do like Celestial Dawn to lead all the way in race number 1. Around the 280 mark at the moment, so they're our sort of odds, and we could kick off the card and get going for the punting for the rest of the night. But a good card of racing at Sandown tonight with the heats of the McKenna Memorial.
I love it. It's always one of my favourite series each and every year, Brownie, and can't wait tonight. Races 6, 7 and 8, 3 legs of the quaddie. And, of course, in recap, the early 3, 8 and 2, leg 1, 7, 8 and 2, leg 2, 2, 1 and 3, leg 3, home with 4, 2, 1. And the main quaddie, 4, 1 and 6, leg 1, 8, 6, 1, leg 2, 5, 6, 3, leg 3, home with 2, 4, 3 and 6, the best of them. Race 1, number 3, Celestial Dawn. Thank you so much for your time, Brownie. I'm off on a couple of weeks' holiday to chase a bit of sunshine over to Bali, so we'll catch you in 3 weeks' time from now. Look forward to your company then.
Good on you, David. Look forward to it. Have a good trip, mate.
This is your home of the Greyhound Good Oil, Great Greys.
Where it's now 27 minutes away from 11 o'clock and time to talk South Australian chasing with Sean Matheson, who now joins us on the program. Welcome to you, Sean. How do we find you on this Thursday?
Excellent, David. Yeah, looking forward to racing tonight at Angle Park and over the weekend. Unfortunately, a little bit overcast. I think we've had a bit of rain around. I see you guys are getting it as well. So, Yeah, a bit rainy, but that's okay. There's plenty of winners to be had, so hopefully we can find a few for the listeners.
Oh, absolutely. Not only the rain, but the thunder last night over here. It was clapping down at different stages, so hopefully that can steer away from our program at Northern. We're only a minute away from race number 2 here at Wyong. What we will do, though, Sean, is make a start on your Angle Park best bets tonight. We might be able to sneak at least the first of them in before we go to Wyong for race number 2.
Yeah, for sure. Really strong program tonight, David, at Angle Park, but most of my bets will come later in the night. So the first will actually be in race 9 tonight. Number 2, Daintree Darius for Lauren Harris. Her kennel's been going exceptionally well. Only had 2 starts in South Australia over the 5:30. Steps up to the 5:95. Small field, has been running home really well in its races and just looks like the 5:95 is going to suit him down to the ground. Small field, he should hold a reasonable position early, and I just think from what I've seen, he'll run home really strongly and looks a really good bet. He's $3.90. I'm surprised he's those sort of odds.
All right, bit of value to kick things off tonight there for Sean. Race 9, number 2, Daintree Darius. Moving in quite nicely here for the second of the day at Wyong. I might throw back to Maddie. We'll just see what that market looks like. Take the second from Wyong. When we return, we'll get the remainder of the best bets from Sean Matheson for tonight there at Angle Park, as well as a look towards the weekend chasing across there in SA.
You are tuned into Shorty and the team on Great Greys.
And we get back with Sean Matheson now to have a look at the Angle Park program tonight. The first of them, race 9, number 2, Daintree Darius. Where else are we having a bet tonight there at Angle Park, Sean?
Yeah, David, so we'll go to then race 11 for the next of the best bets. Number 2, Sir Prince for Cam Forshaw. Was a good Angle Park winner 5 runs ago, beating Pet Detective in 30.98. The last 3 starts for this dog was been at Gawler, where that's gone through the Gawler Produce Series, ran second in a heat, 4th in the semi-final, and then ran last in the Gawler Produce final. But that was a hot race. And so it gets back to what's considered sort of time-graded company. Drawn 2, I think he is a fair chance of leading here. And if he goes around that 30.90 time, he'll be really, really hard to catch. I think the main danger in the race is the favourite, which is the 1 Blazing Gold, which has been going good for Lauren Harris. But its first 2 runs at Murray Bridge, it's walked out of the boxes and wanted to get wide. I'm just not sure box 1 at Angle Park and then wanting to get wide is going to suit that dog. And so I'd be more inclined to look at Sir Prince jumping to the front nice and early and being really hard to catch. At 350, his form's definitely good enough to get the job done.
Magnificent. Race 9, number 2, Daintree Darius. Race 11, number 2, Sir Prince. And the third of the specials tonight there at Angle Park.
In the last. So you've got to wait for all of the best bets to roll around. But I like race 12, number 8, Woodside Johnny. And David, this is a dog that I do have a lot of time for, which I've tipped many times on your show and has done a really good job. And I think he's just drawn perfectly tonight. He is the favourite at $2.40. Out in box 8. He's ran at Murray Bridge last start, a good second again where he was charging home at the end of the race. He's gone extremely quick at Angle Park over the 5:30 through that match race series earlier in the year, and he's just drawn a beautiful box for him. Should come out nice and well, keep wide, and really use his acceleration in the back straight. I think he's going to be really, really hard to beat tonight in the last race.
Very nice. Race 12, number 8, Woodside Johnny, who has been a favourite of Sean's and ours. He's looked after us many, many times. Woodside Johnny gets room to move off the floss draw there tonight. Hopefully can bring us home a winner to go along with the pair of 2s in race 9 and 11. Race 12, number 8, Woodside Johnny. Now, you've been seeing them particularly well into the weekend programs as well, Sean. For this particular week, we've got Murray Bridge on the Friday and Gawler on Sunday. And last week, you were very good to us there at Gawler on Sunday. The second week in a row, finding us one around that $6 mark. Zinfandel Trace was very, very impressive. It's been a good couple of weeks there, sending us home with some really nice price winners on a Sunday afternoon of late.
It's been terrific, David. They've been getting the job done for us. And as you mentioned, last Sunday night, Zinfandel Trace for Gavin Harris. One of the best runs we've seen locally. She got herself in a good position as we spoke on the show, but then she copped a bit of interference just leaving the back straight, got herself back to fourth, but then just when she pulled herself to the outside in the home straight, she just rocketed past them. And she's a really, really high-quality greyhound of the future for Gavin Harris. He's having a wonderful run with his team, and Zinfandel Trace is definitely a dog that's going to continue to improve, and she's definitely a one to follow, I think, for the listeners. But it was good she got the job done at around that $6 mark, so that was excellent. So we go to Murray Bridge tomorrow. So I like, for the listeners, race 3, number 2, Victor Curl for Ron Shadow. Since coming back to Ron, she's had about 4 or 5 runs. She made the final of the Straight Track Cup about 4 runs ago. Last start, a really quick second behind her kennel mate Victor Marley in running second. 22.65 was her own run, which is quite quick. I think she gets every chance here. She'll either sit second or third and be just strong in the end over the 3.95. So she's the best bet at Murray Bridge on Friday. Just on Friday, there's a couple of high-quality greyhounds returning for Cam Forshaw. We know he got the win with Cash on Delivery at Grafton on Saturday night, which was an amazing effort there over the short course, 75,000 of the winner. But both Adhana Rico in race 8 and Fiorano in race 10 both turn up at Murray Bridge tomorrow, so that's one to keep just an eye out for. And then Gawler on Sunday, David. I like race 7, number 4, Panama Queen for Angela Modra. She's been racing against much better opposition here. Grade 5 company. She should spear to the front and be really hard to catch.
Very nice. So Gawler on Sunday there, Panama Queen. What was the race number and dog number, sorry, Sean?
That was, David, race 7, number 4, Panama Queen, Sunday night.
Excellent. Race 7, number 4, Panama Queen. We'll be looking to continue on that excellent Sunday run that we've been having of late with our man, Sean Matheson. That's to go along with Murray Bridge, race 3, number 2, Victor Curl. Thank you so much, Sean, for your time this morning here on this Thursday for Great Greys. Continued success to you. Have a wonderful night this evening there at Angle Park, and I'm off on a couple of weeks' holiday chasing a bit of sun over there in Bali, so I'll catch up with you again here on Great Greys in 3 weeks' time.
Oh, terrific, David. Yeah, enjoy the break. You do a wonderful job on the show and for racing in general. So, well-earned holiday, but it'll be good to get a bit of sunshine, I imagine, as well.
Oh, you're not kidding, and I'll have a quiet sip or two for you as well while I'm over there, Sean. Great catching up with you, mate. All the best.
All right, thanks, David.
You're listening to Great Greys on Tab Radio.
Where it's time to head across to New South Wales, catch up with our great mate Simon Orchard, see if we can't find a winner or two, find out what's been going on in New South Wales greyhound racing. G'day, Simon.
Shorty, how are you, mate?
Going well. How about you? How's it all going in your backyard?
Yeah, a bit sombre this morning, mate. Obviously being an Queensland Origin fan, living in New South Wales. Pretty tail between the legs sort of stuff this morning, mate, after just getting belted and battered around last night. Turned it off at half time and just started focusing in on the dogs, mate.
I like it.
Night, obviously it.
Form will be good. Form will be good, Simon. You've had plenty of time to look at the form after switching off at half time. Form will be solid. Hey, and isn't a fortnight a long time in State of Origin? This time when we spoke a fortnight ago, you were dead set walking on water. Fortnight later, drowning at the bottom of a river. It can be a long time, a fortnight in State of Origin time.
You know what I think, Shorty? I just think it's sad, mate, that the NRL and State of Origin and the refs just conspire against the Maroons just in order to get a Game 3. More money, more interest, more ticket sales. I just think, come on, don't get involved. Just leave it to the players. That's all I'll say on that for now.
Peter V'landys is pretty good at the caper, though. He knows how to get the money in the till. There's no worries about that. Let's get into your thoughts for some New South Wales chasing over the next little bit. Lots of really good chasing. Of course, many of your stars up there are going around tonight at Albion Park as well for what is just a stellar night of chasing there. But nonetheless, there's still some really nice dogs left in New South Wales strutting their stuff. Where should we be focusing in on and having a bet over the next few nights? What's there for the punters to get involved with?
Well, we'll steer our way towards Saturday night, Wenty Park, Group 1 Peter Mossman Opal and Vic Peters Classic Heats. So I'll focus on them in just a second. But if you want to have a bet today, these are the best around the state. Casino 11-1, make and break. Race favourite last time I checked, a sub-17 dog at Casino over that short 300-metre trip. 5 career starts all at the track, which I like because it's tricky, Shorty, up there. A win in 3 seconds. The other dog in the race who can probably win is out of box 4, a massive lump of the thing, 36 kilos. So we don't want that anywhere near us. 11-1, make and break just to shoot out, get on the arm and win at Casino. Gunnedah 3-5, Gongo Girl, a daughter of Jungle Juice, trained by Barry Pont out there in the Central West. The last 3 at Gunnedah have been pretty good runs. So 3-5, Gongo Girl to win. And then tonight, 7-2, Surges Banner at Dapto, probably one of the best multi-plays of the day. So getting short now, but Surges Banner probably could be running in those features on Saturday night, but has elected to go to Dapto tonight. 7-2 Surges Banner, I think, will win and win well. The pick of the runners at Albion Park for us, I think, is McKenna. I spoke to Daryl Thomas on radio this morning. He was very, very bullish. He even said that certain bookmakers were taking her on at $1.95 or $2, and he expects her to run extremely well. Said she was going as good, if not better, than when she won the egg. So take that for what it's worth. That's Albion Park 10-2 tonight. McKenna, the best of the Blues hopes. Just quickly, tomorrow at Wenty, 6-7 From the East and 7-2 Speedy Pie, the best bets according to the Hound. So that's 6-7 From the East, 7-2 Speedy Pie tomorrow. And Saturday, mate, it's going to be a big night of racing. Jump on the dogs.com.au for all the action and reaction, of course, from our trackside team. But race 3 at Peter Mossman Opal Heath, there's a dog called Depeche out in box 8. I don't know if you've seen her yet. 3 starts, 3 wins, and she's busted the clock on all 3 occasions. It's not often you see a dog go sub 30 3 times in a row to open their career, but she's got down to 29.5, 29.6 sort of area, and Pete Lagagioni is very, very optimistic that she can be something special. So 3-8 Depeche, one of the best bets there on Saturday night. 9-7 Foreign Capital comes out of a good race at Bulli on Tuesday, the Jimmy Jenkins Memorial. Foreign Capital made a mess of him, ran a really good time, 26 flat. Looks a good dog in the making, still lightly raced as well. So 9-7 Foreign Capital. And then 11-8 Finesse. Brother Fox place getter, Golden Easter Egg place getter, Richmond Daily finalist, a really good chaser. I think Finesse can win as well on Saturday night. So a lot there, mate, but hopefully a bit of everything, a bit of something for everyone as we head towards some big racing, Group 1 racing on Saturday night at Wenty Park.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had to fill up the petrol tank full of juice to get to all the different venues, Casino, Gunnedah, Dapto, Albion Park, Wentworth Park, twice. But I tell you what, it'll be worthwhile as we fill up on the way through, courtesy of our great mate, Simon Orchard. Simon, appreciate your time. I'm off to get a little bit of sunshine up in Bali for a couple of weeks, so I'll allow you to pop the feet up on the dashboard for the next fortnight, and we'll catch you again here on Great Greys. In 3 weeks' time, I'll be sure to have an espresso martini or two for you while I'm on break.
Oh, mate, I am so jealous. Have a great time, mate. Enjoy the break, and I'll see you when you get back. The Olympics will be right on our doorstep, mate, so hopefully we can talk a bit about some hockey as well.
Legend. Can't wait for it. All the best, Si.
There, mate.
There we have it. Simon Orchard joining us this morning here on A Great Greys, former Olympian. He's been across there and represented the green and gold, and he'll give us some great insights in the build-up to the upcoming Olympics. The Shane Tradewell, surely it's only a matter of time before he gets picked to represent Australia in some format. He now joins us, as he does each and every Thursday here on Great Greys. G'day, Shane-o.
Yeah, good morning, Shorty. Good morning, listeners. What sport are you thinking?
Well, they've just brought breakdancing in. Maybe that could be your go.
Back in the day, maybe, Shorty. Those days are long gone, mate.
Look, Simon, he's a beauty, though. He did it in hockey. I was never really played much hockey. Was sort of flat out with the cricket through summer. Train, you any good at hockey?
I remember playing it a couple of times at school, but yeah, too much running for me, Shorty.
Hockey 1, hockey 2, hockey 3, bang, way you go. Stick on stick and then run them on down. Tell you what, though, very, very envious and delighted to have him as part of our team. That'd be something pretty special representing your country in the Olympics.
Yeah, 100%, Shorty. Obviously, we bat above our average when we go there, Shorty, and yeah, it's always like we're off the underdog tag, and we always have that fighting spirit. So I love watching the Olympics. It's a very good spectacle. Yeah,
most definitely. Good to have Simon on board. He's given us plenty to have a bet with as well this weekend. There, Casino, Gunnedah and Dapto today. Albion Park, they're keen with McKenna. And then some plays for Wenty Park Friday and Wenty Park on a Saturday. Let's get your thoughts for a busy few nights upcoming here locally. Gee, we've got some good representation up there at Albion Park tonight, the Sandgropers.
Yeah, Shorty, it's very good. I remember last year we had Jamie take out the big race over the sprint there, and I was lucky enough to have Rip and Gracie run third in the staying race. So, yeah, the last couple of years, Shorty, we've had really good representation, and they've gone sort of all the way to the finals as well. So hopefully we can get a few for you tonight as well.
Gee, doesn't time fly? I remember being over in Victoria with you that particular weekend on that Thursday night. You ducked up there to Albion Park with Marco. He was in disgraceful form, it must be said. And then, of course, you rejoined us for all the activities of the weekend.
Yeah, I had to make a quick hit-and-run mission to Brisbane from Melbourne and got back, and there was a few people sick when I got back, Shorty. We couldn't sort of get right on with it like we used to.
No, exactly right. Getting old's not much fun, but ear infections aren't either, I must say. Anyway, we digress. Let's see if we can't help the punters find a winner or two over the next few nights. Off to Northam later on there today. It's been sort of a bit of rain and lightning and the likes this morning and overnight, but I think we should be in store for a good night of chasing up there at Northam.
Yeah, it's a very good card of racing, Shorty, and I'm going to kick it off early. Race 4, number 4, Sky Manelli. She absolutely loves this track and trip, Shorty. 4 starts for 3 wins. I think if we're looking forward to the Nationals, Shorty, she's got to be our number 1 seed, I think, having that the heats are on at Northam as well, and she absolutely loves the circuit, Shorty, and I think she'll be hard to beat tonight. Small field suits, and she had that little tune-up over 488, which I liked on Sunday, Shorty. She rattled home from last and run third, so obviously leading more ground, but good to see Paul Kelce's just give her that little hit out on Sunday for this race tonight. So race 4, number 4, will kick it off, Shorty, Sky Manelli, and then over to another dog that absolutely loves the circuit as well, Shorty. Race 11, number 2, Carla Cadup, trained by the great man Eric Campana. I think she's at 8 starts for 5 wins up there, Shorty. She took out the Anniversary Cup last year, and she just moves into a better box this week. She was runner-up last week on Conniption, and I think they swapped the boxes this week, and I think she'll get the job done. I noticed she's been very heavily supported already, Shorty. So 4, 4 and 11, 2 for me tonight up the hill, mate. Excellent.
Then we've got a couple of meetings at Mandurah back-to-back, Friday and Saturday night there. Your 2 best for Friday night?
Yeah, going to kick it off, race 4, number 6, Window Shopper. This dog's coming out of that Paradise Street Trophy, Shorty, where he drew box 8. It's always very hard to cross from out there, and didn't run a bad race at all. And just look at the dogs that's been raced and think this is a dropping grade. And Jamie Marsh will be up and about after he had a victory yesterday in our singles match play championship, Shorty. So he'll be looking forward to get the job done there. Race 4, number 6, Window Shopper. Then over to race 9, number 1, Shorty, Western Astro. I think the 2 will be favourite here. This dog knocked it off last start, and I think it can do it again. 3 from 3 track and trip. And I think it just gets the camp on the checks and can be too good again, Shorty, and we might get a bit of a price. So 4, 6 and 9, 1 on Friday night.
4, 6, 9, 1. They're moving in quite nicely here at Dalby over the 1,000 metres. Matty, we got anything to clear over there on your end? No, nothing. So we'll punch on train and see if we can get your thoughts for Mandurah on Saturday night. About 20 seconds to get your bets on for race 4, Dalby, punters.
Yeah, Shorty, race 5, number 2, My Anarchy Boy. He hasn't been really one of mine. I know you love him, and this race maps perfect for him. He can just flop the fence. There's a lot of wide runners there. I think he'll get the rails run here and be too hard to beat. Race 5, number 2. And then race 8, number 1, Sunset Pepe. He's drawn underneath a very wide runner here, and I think he'll get the job done as well, Shorty. So 5, 2 and 8, 1 on Saturday night.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, visit gamblinghelpline.org.au.